Hey, welcome back to North Mississippi here at Windmill Farm. I'm Grizz. We were putting up some wire for our blackberries that we had put in that we showed y'all earlier down here with what we call the orchard area. And we were just putting in some wire, and when we put the top wire in, it made my bottom wire loose. Even though the stakes, the T-posts are put at angles, when you bring the tops in, the bottoms are going to bow in a little bit too. And by that time I got done, the bottom wire was sitting down on the ground, just all the way down, sagged. And Kat asked me, she goes, well, how are you gonna, how are we gonna fix that, when you pull the top post? And I said, well, you just tighten up your bottom wire a little bit. She goes, well, it's tied off on either end. And I said, well, it's an old farmer's technique, cattleman's technique, whatever you want to call it, fencer's technique. You take the thing, if you come in here close, you notice how we're almost where I want to be tied on this bottom one, but we're not there yet. What you do is you just grab your cable and you twist. Go down a little piece and you twist. Now notice how each time I'm twisting, this wire is coming up higher and higher, and it will come up to where it needs to be, and that's getting tighter and tighter. Now I could get this as tight as I want to just by simply going down through here, but it just leaves these little crooks in your wire, okay? And them little crooks, every time you make one, it's just adding it up, like up here at the top. It's a little loose, not bad, but if we want it a little bit tighter, come in here and do this. Now you see how it's just a little bit more tighter than it was. This is just a little simple trick when you are putting your wire up, and if you notice that when you're done it's sagging, it's not quite where you want it. Because let me tell you, unless you put a come along on this wire, you put a loop on the other end and you come along it to where it pops like you do bob wire, all wire is going to bow a little bit. Even after you can pull it as tight as you want, me and Kat both were pulling as hard as we could, it's still, you're not going to pull it as tight as it needs, okay? So this is just the way that if you pull some wire for something, this can be done on a fence. I don't care if it's like that dog fence that's up there at the yard, chicken coop, whatever. Sometimes you get uneven ground, and when you're going up that uneven ground, the bottom might be perfect, but because you're going up uneven ground, you put your post in, 90 degrees to the ground, you're going in, that bottom might stay pretty well tight, but that top will get to where it wants to, it's got a bow, a bag in it. All you do is the same little S curve that I'm talking about doing. You just start at the top, and you might do 3 or 4 of your links that way. Come down, do 4 of your links. Come down, do 3 of your links. Come down, do 2, and do 1. And basically what you're doing is you're taking a triangle out of it. That's the reason why it's bowing like it is, side to side and wiggly, is because the bottom's tight, the top ain't. As you take and strengthen, and basically you're taking, almost like putting a gusset. If any of y'all are sewers, you're putting a gusset in a piece of fabric to allow more movement. You're basically taking this gusset out. You don't want to cut it out. You just take it and bend it with these S hooks down through there, and you'll notice that it comes up tight. Hope this helps y'all out. This is just a little tidbit while we're down here in the orchard today. Y'all come on with us and join us for the rest of our adventure, pulling the rest of the wire and doing all this today, all right?
Stand on me. Come on.
And this is the reason why plans change on our farm all the time. We plan to get things done, and then the animals decide we're going to do something else. I don't know, like maybe take care of them the whole time. The farm only exists because of the dogs and the cats.
Pretty much. Squishy face. My squishy. Hey y'all, it's Kat. We're still down in the orchard. Still got the puppy dogs down here with us. Right now, Grizz is actually planting some more grapes, some white grapes that we picked up because they looked great. We don't normally do those little bag box vines and stuff that you can pick up at like some of your big box stores. But we happened to be going through Walmart the other day and these just looked fantastic. So we grabbed them because you can't beat a $5 grape. But they did. They looked really good. So he's getting them in the ground, getting them planted, and he's going to talk about it a little bit before he plants the next one. And then we'll actually show you, maybe, because I don't have the tripod down here, we'll show you us pulling the wire and talking something about pulling the wire for the supports on them. And maybe even talk a little bit about tying up the blackberries, because we're going to try to get that done before we lose too much light and before we go back into town to get something to eat. So, always fun, always an adventure. I like his one floppy ear.
I'm gonna leave your one floppy ear alone, huh?
Grizz.
Your mama's talking to you, Grizz.
I wish he'd look at me so you could see that floppy ear.
We'll call him.
Grizz. There we go. There's our floppy ear. I love your floppy ear. I wish they would have both stayed floppy. Grizz, you can't. I know you're ready for your close up, but really? You can't do it like that, boy.
You asked for me, Mama. You called me.
That's our Grizzy. Our good Grizzy. Oh, and our good bear.
Meow meow. Meow meow, cute kitty.
Mama has decided that the orchard is her domain. And this is her little area down here. But she comes to see us when we come out to the orchard.
Hey y'all, like Kat said, we're down here planting these bags. Like she said, we're not usually planting bags just simply because I don't like the quality of them most of the time. But we couldn't pass up this deal. They look really great, and you see the root in this thing. So this is one reason I don't like them. See how compact this is? They do that to make the top grow, to make it come on out. And you don't always know if the base is going to come out or not. Normally, most folks will soak these things in water. And the reason that they do that is if I can break just a little bit away without, because it's still kind of moist in here. I know it looks dry, but I can actually feel moisture in there. But I'm trying to break it away so you can see. But you see your roots up in here? If you actually will take this, and there it comes. See how these roots are kind of wound around it? If you'll soak this in a bucket of water for a couple hours before you get ready to plant, the dirt actually comes off. It gets the roots really hydrated and that. Now, one reason these grapes don't look as good as they did when we picked them up was we had to end up taking my truck to the shop the other day, and I had already brought everything down here and put it in the orchard right where I was going to plant it. And, well, just being me and being my forgetful self, I forgot they were down here until today. And that's 2 days later. So they've been in the heat, in them bags, cooking down here for 2 days. That's not the way you're supposed to do these. But you still see how beautiful the leaves are, how glossy they are. This shows you after 2 days of how they're supposed to be. They're still looking really well. Not looking as well as they did when I picked them up, but they're still looking really good. I don't have 2 hours to soak these. Grizz, you've got to get your tail out of the hole. So what I do to help them is I make Miracle Grow Up. Today, Kat helped me out by making this Miracle Grow Up, and I put a whole cup down there. And I set this in there and I let it kind of sit a little while. And basically what I'm doing is I'm actually shocking these roots in a good way and not in a bad way, in that I'm giving them a shot. It's like getting an IV when you don't feel good in the hospital, how it makes you feel good instantly until your body can heal up. That's basically what this is. This is an IV to help with this transplanting until the plant itself can get its roots going. Grizz, you have got to get your tail out of the way, dog.
We have doggy butt in the way.
But then I do that, and then I take a little bit, like I showed y'all before, I take a little bit of the compost and manure mixture that I have, and I throw a little bit down there in the bottom. And basically what I'm throwing that down there for is to allow the smaller roots on the very bottom down there a little reprieve from the hard dirt we have here, the clay mixture that we have here in Mississippi. Now if you notice, the clay will just break apart. It turns back into almost sand like material. So when we've not had rain for a couple of days, you can actually get in here, break this stuff up so that it's not so bad on the roots. Not like we had enough Grizz in the shot.
Oh, he just wants to be YouTube famous, Daddy.
Alrighty, that's it. You saw from the very beginning to the end. Doesn't take that long to put this stuff in. Grizz, seriously, get off of my grape. Come on, big dumb dog. Really? Get off of my grape. And this is the reason I can't have anything big. Hey y'all, if y'all are watching me while I'm doing this, some of y'all might wonder why I'm doing what I'm doing as far as tying up. Just like with your tomatoes or anything else, I'm just trying to get this grape until it gets established to go the direction I want it to. if you notice, I've got one main stem coming up here. I've got one right here. Now I've got an auxiliary stem right here that's coming up right along with it. But this is the main one because even the auxiliary is coming off of this main right here. When they come up to here, to the top of the wire, what I'll do is I'll train one to go this way and one to go this way. You'll have your two main branches going away, and then we'll either transplant the other ones or we'll just cut them as the years go through. Now this is for the first couple of years. In another year or so, we'll have the vines, we'll have them up to here because you need them above you so you can pick below them. But with that being said, I'm just doing like a tomato. I'm not tying super tight on the vine. If you notice it, see how it's moving up and down that string so the wind can kind of move it a little bit. I'm not trying to keep it restricted. I'm not trying to choke it off. I'm just trying to give it enough support until some of these tendrils here will reach out and grab this. And then when as the summer goes along, it comes up and grabs a hold of this. Once it finally grabs a hold of this, I will probably go back and cut most of this off once I get it up there and get it going the way I want to. But that's all I'm doing. I'm just trying to give it a little support and not hurt it when I'm doing it, just like you do a tomato. I'm just pulling it up, doing a double square knot. And that's not, I'm not pulling hard enough to hear anything crack, anything break. It's just enough to kind of bring it up so I can get this fruit going up where I want it to, up to here, and let it go on out there, all right? So I hope that answers any questions y'all might have had looking while y'all were watching me do this. He's a Grizz. Alright, y'all. Yes, I see. Good boy. I see. Yes. Chill for just a minute, buddy. Okay? Chill. It's okay. As y'all see, we finally got most of what we're trying to do. Not everything. We still got the rest of the tarps to put down in between the rows and the mulch on top of that. But at the present time, money is a little tight, so we're where we can be at this moment. That is, we've got the pine straw down. We got the T-post in, we got the wire in. If you notice, both wires and stuff is put out for the blackberries here to be up. You notice my canes are standing up. My one for my grapes is down through there. All my grapes are standing up the best that we can right now. When the raspberries and stuff that I planted get up bigger and we need stuff for them, we'll put it in. With them being so small this year, we know we're not getting no fruit off of them. That's fine. They're just growing vine, and they won't grow the vine up tall until. Well, sorry, I heard something off in the woods. It won't grow up tall enough to where we'll have to worry about the wires and cables just yet. It'll probably be July or August before I'll have to worry about that over here. So, yeah, we're done in the orchard. When I get the mulch to put here, the mulch will go around the trees down through there as well. If you notice some of the green patches down there, I left some of the wildflowers alone down there. I'm trying to let them come on and bloom so I can get seeds off of them and actually disperse them down there in front of my bees a little bit better, because my bees are just basically behind this sweet gum and this pine right here, right behind it down there off the hill. So, but man, I think she's come along good. This is the tour of the orchard, first day of May. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all enjoyed coming along. Maybe I explained some things to where it helped some of y'all out. If some of y'all got better ideas than what I had, please share them with me. I'm not above learning from anybody or anything. So, and we have cats that are just losing their rabbit mind. Yes, they're losing their mind. I don't know. She decided to go climb the tree. Whatever. Anyway, it's always an adventure here at Windmill Farm. What can I say? So, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming along with us today. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you ain't already a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to know when we bring more and more videos out, go ahead and nail that little bell down there for me. Share it with anybody you think. Like I said, please comment. I love y'all's comments. Y'all have no earthly idea. I love reading them. I love responding to them. So please comment away. If there's anything y'all want us to see, or a topic you want us to touch on, please get on there. Let us know, okay? Yeah, that's about it from Windmill Farm today. So I'm going to tell y'all to have a blessed day. As you can see, I've had a heck of a blessed day. Even though I worked at Home Depot today, I got to come out here in God's area and play around for a little bit, and He allowed me another day on this earth. So it's a great, blessed day. Y'all have one too. And as always, be safe, all right? Grizz.